Okay, so today topic we need to discuss is this. This is the topic we need to discuss. Okay, we start with overview of Active Directory. Okay, today I should give you some AD services overview, and then we can go for clustering. It's a very important topic. Okay, please consider this because AD and clustering is a very important topic. When you go for interview, they ask you so many questions on this. Okay, so this is what we have: installation and configuration of NLB, clustering and installation configuration of failover clustering. Okay, find it's already recording.
Okay.
This thing is recording, so you know, just go for that. Okay, so overview of Active Directory. We start with this.
This
Okay.
is ADDS.
ADDS, you can say that. The service name is ADDS. In short form, we can call Active Directory. Okay, shall we start now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes,
okay, so I take board for this. So let's see.
Can you do it on that is so that it will,
Paint.
yeah.
Maybe I think you're able to understand clearly also.
Yeah.
The diagram is clear. Diagram is clear, right? Okay. So we start with the paint. Okay. So I just open paint once. MSPAINT paint. Okay. Now, so before we start, we start with active, or you can say that ADDS. Okay. The full form of this is Active Directory Domain Services. Active Directory. Very good topic. If you understand this, you feel that the server is now interesting. Okay, Active Directory Domain Services. Domain Services. This is the topic. Okay, before we start this, we need to understand two things. Number one, work group. Okay. Number two, domain. Okay, now I'll showing you by default what happens when you install any OS. Either you can install client OS or either you can install server OS. By default it works on workgroup network. These are the two networks we have. By default in Windows operating system, or you can say that by default in Microsoft, we have two types of networks. Number one is workgroup network and number second is domain network. You heard, I think so, heard in your Cisco also. Yeah, if you check over there is work group. Right. In like if I showing you, like if I showing you over there, like if I open my server and I just open and try to see, so ABC at 123, and you can see that by default it works in work group. So if I right click on this PC and then go to properties, so where we can see what operating system we have, what operating system bits we have. Either we're using 32-bit operating system or 64-bit operating system. Like we have a, so we can see that if I down the screen. So we have by default we're working in workgroup network. So workgroup is what? Workgroup is a local network. You can say that like LAN. Okay, like you can see that in that we have a standalone servers. Standalone server means the server who working lonely. You can say that the server who work with lonely. Okay, that server is known as standalone servers. Okay, so workgroup is a local network. You can say that. Okay, so if I'm talking about the workgroup, so workgroup is what? It's a, you can say that it's a local network. Local network. Okay. Number second point in this we have, okay, and just go for question mark. In second point we have every system or every OS works in workgroup by default. Okay, so every OS works in this network by default. By default. Understood? Okay. Now the thing what we do, why we now what is the purpose of domain over there? If we have a workgroup network, we go for sharing, we go for everything in that. Like imagine, like how, like if I open my another hint, and if I showing you, like imagine this is my simple network. We have a simple network over there. This is my simple network, and we have some PCs. Like this is my PC, okay, and then we have again we have a switch network device where we can connect those switch systems, and then we have a again some PCs, like you can say that we have three PCs are connected to the switch. Okay, so this is the network we have. This simple network we have. This is the wires we are using Cat5 or Cat5e wires. Okay, and this is what we have a network switch. Network is WITCH switch, and this is the simple. You can see that this is a simple PC we have. Desktop PCs we have. This is PC1. Okay, and this is I have a PC2, and this is my PC3. Okay, like this. Okay, so I'm installing over there everywhere. I'm installing a simple, you can say a simple client machines network or simple client OS. Like over there, I'm installing Windows 10. I already installed over there Windows 10. Over there, you can say that I installed Windows 8.1, and over there I can install over there. Imagine Windows 7 I have. Okay, so this is the three machines we have. Okay, by default it works in work group. So what is work group? Work group in that work group, what we do in work group, we can do sharing in that. Sharing we can we can do, like imagine I can make one folder over there. This is the folder. Imagine this is my folder. Okay, this is the folder. Now I told you sharing. I think you know sharing. Okay, so what I need to do, if I want to share this folder, if I want that everyone is able to access this folder, so what I do, I just share this folder. Simple. I just share this folder, and the folder is properly accessed to everywhere. Okay, this is what we can do in the work group. Okay, now what is the purpose to becoming a domain? What is the purpose, why we use domain now? The concept is that, like imagine, now I have small network. I have only three machines in my system. I have, you can say that I have 5 to 6 employees in my in my company. I just start my company. You can say that. Okay. Now what I do? Imagine I can create one account, user account over there. Now what is user account? User account is the identity of the employee. Like when you enter over their network goals, they give you the card, right? In the card you have a username or password or something like this to access the resources of the network goals. Okay, so like what I do, like imagine I have three employees in my network. Okay, so I have how many employees? I have, imagine, okay, three employees right now in my network. Okay, employee one name is, imagine, Sid. Okay, employee second name is, imagine, Abdul, and number third employee we have a, you can say that any name, John. Okay. Okay, so we have three employees. Okay, now what I need to do, I when they enter my company, I just creating their accounts for username or passwords. I want that when Sid is able to log in with my PC, so they have their own username and passwords with them.
So all of those three guys can access the same PC, but
Yeah,
all of them has this different username and different password.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so now what I do, I go to I go to this PC. I am an administrator. Okay, I go to this PC and I can create all three employees accounts on this in this PC.
Okay, understand.
On the PC1. On the PC1 I go and I can create three user accounts. Sid is a separate username password. For Abdul, separate username password. For John, separate username password. Imagine for Sid, username is Sid and password is Sid at the rate 123. For Abdul, username is Abdul and the password is Abdul at the rate 123. And for John, username is John and the password is John at the rate 123. Okay. Now what happens? What is the drawback of a group is, like now I creating all the users where in PC1. In PC1. In PC1 I create all the user accounts. Okay. Now imagine today Sid comes and sit in the PC1. He is able to log in. Okay. Now Sid is occupied PC1. Now Abdul is also come in the same time. He is going to PC number 2 and try to log in. So whether it's login or not,
It will never.
it never work. Why? Because the user account is created in the PC1 only.
PC1.
This is the problem of work group. So it means what? If Sid is occupied the PC1, so these two persons are wait till Sid is till Sid is log off and then they are able to log in it. This is the issue now. So it means what? If I have 100 employees, then I need to give every person a specific PC. It means I have 100 PC. Like my company is going now. I have 5,000 employees, so it means I have 5,000 PCs. Right? So this is the very big drawback of workload. That's why we can go for domain now. So for domain, what services we need? We need Active Directory domain services. Okay, understood. So now if I'm talking about the domain, so domain is look like what? Like imagine now for domain we need at least one server. Okay, because AD is installed only in servers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
AD is installed only in servers. We're not able to install AD in client operating systems. So what we need one dedicated server. So this is the server, you can say that. Okay, so I just insert over there 2016. This is the server, and I just connect with the cable. This is my server now. Okay, and now what happens? Okay, I'm not taking this. Let's remove this once. I remove this. I remove this PC1. Now I'm becoming. Now I want that. Okay, I want to go to now to main network. Okay, so what I do? I remove this. Means I format this PC, and I want to install a server in this PC. I want a dedicated one server on this PC. Okay, so I just remove this complete, and what I do, I go for server. So this is my, I installed 2016 over there. Now this system is becoming a server. Understood? Okay. Now after installing the server 2016 in this system, I install Active Directory domain services. Okay, so what I do, I install in this ADDS. We need two services for domain. One is Active Directory domain services, and we need DNS also, domain name system. Okay, domain name system. So we need these two services. I am what I need to do. I am install these services, and I need to configure the services also. Remember one thing always. In server, we not only install the services, we configure the services as well.
In server, we configure the services.
Yeah, like ISQL target server, which we install. We install ISQL target server, and then we can configure the services also. Okay, it's not that if you install the services, the server provides the resources. It's not like that. You need to install the services as well as you need to configure the services as well. Okay, so what I do, I install these two services and configure these two services. Now I'm becoming this server as a domain. So imagine that my what I do, I configure the ADS services, and this server becoming a domain. So right now, imagine my domain name is abc.com. Have you know about like in google.com, okay, hl.com, networkboost.com. So these are the domain names or domain networks you can start. Okay, so what I configure after configuring the Active Directory domain services, I configure this as a abc.com. Okay, now what happens? Now I have 3 employees. Now I create all these 3 users account in the server. Okay, now what happens? Now he is able to log in with them, PC2 and PC3.
Yeah, they can log anywhere from anywhere.
Why they are login?
Because they are on the same domain.
So yeah.
If he tries to log in the PC1, the PC1 will direct the login message to the server. The server will check if it has the same username and the same password. If it matches, then it will let him log in. Yeah, like the question is that this server is becoming a domain now, but still these two clients are in workgroup now. I'm not changing anything in that. Understood? I'm not changing anything in that. Okay, so still it works in workgroup right now. So now they are able to log in. No, because the domain network is different now. I'm in my PC1 I'm installing server and creating a domain, but still PC2 and PC3 working on workgroup. So what I need to do, I need to first join these
clients in the domain. Like in WhatsApp group, you are the admin, you can create a group. So if I'm not able to, if I'm not joining your group, I'm not able to see the chats. What you do in this, right? Fine. So like this also. So what I need to do, I need, if I want that these three employees are able to log in anywhere in the network. So what I need to do, I need to just join these PCs in the server. Okay. So understood.
Group, those PCs can talk together.
Yeah. So what I need to do, I just join this PC in this domain abc.com, and the same, I just join this PC in the domain also. So what happens? They also part of my domain. Okay, so when I create these three users, so these three users now able to log in anywhere now. Understood? This is the difference between workgroup and domain. That's why we are working on domain. In large organizations, they always works in domain network. Okay, because workgroup they have a local users. So how? So it's not possible that if I have a 10,000 users, so I need to make a 10,000 machines for this. So that's why we can go for domain.
And domain network. Good. If PC1 shares something, PC2 can see it.
Yeah, PC2 can access it. PC2 can access it. The sharing is okay. Everything is okay in the workgroup. The drawback of workgroup is for login the users. Okay, where if you create account if you create account in PC1, so you are able to log in only PC1. You're not able to log in with PC2 and PC3. This is the issue with the workgroup, but it's not like there. Okay, so that's why we need domain network. Okay, so you're able to understand these two things, workgroup and domain. Okay, so that's why we can call when you can say that once when AD is launched, the AD is launched in Windows 2000 servers onwards. When Windows 2000 server launches, okay, that time in that case we have a AD services in that. Okay, so that is what we have, a domain and work group. Okay, so this is what we need. Now the question another is that, okay, so let's talk with something about Active Directory. So Active Directory is what? It's a services. Okay, number one, it is a services. It works only in server OS. Number one. Okay. Number second, it starts Windows Server 2000 family onwards. Sometimes they're asking you that when your AD starts or when AD services launch. Okay, so it starts with when Windows Server 2000 family onwards. Okay, so right now we are using 2016. So 2000, 2003, 8 or 12 and 16. Okay, in Windows NT we don't have a AD services. Okay, now number third, it provides you database. Okay, so whatever you can create, you can create user accounts or groups or something. Okay, so it saves in AD database.
So database like SQL.
No. SQL is a separate thing. Okay, so it provides you database. The database saves in C drive automatically where your operating system installed by default. Okay, yeah, you can change. You can change the path. Okay, so the file of database is ntds.dit. This is the file of Active Directory database. ntds.dit. DIT means directory. Okay, NTDS means new technology domain system. Okay, so ntds.dit. It's a database file of your Active Directory. It saves in C drive. Okay, it saves in C drive, means root drive where your server installed. Understood? Okay. Now it sorry spelling provides you group policy. Sorry, group policy. Group policy means with the help of group policy they provide you some restrictions. Restrictions means like, I give example, like when you go for some company, you're not able to open social websites. You're not able to open Gmail, you're not able to open Facebook, or you're not able to install any software. you're not able to uninstall any software. Okay, with the help of group policy, they restrict the user accounts, they restrict the users, they restrict the clients. Okay, that you're not able to do these things. Okay, understood? Fine. So it provides you group policy. Number fifth, it provides you uh, group policies, database, working, domain environment. You know that domain environment now.
Domain
Environment. Domain environment means like the domain network, which we talked about previously. Okay. Okay. So what is this domain environment? And then number six, it provides you structure. It provides you one structure. Okay, structure means we have some components over there. If you're talking about the AD structure, we have some components like domain controller. Okay, like global catalog. So we discuss all these things means upcoming when we talk properly about AD. Can I just give you today overview, because for clustering you need at least the what is domain and what is workgroup and all that. Okay, so it provides you a proper structure. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, so this is what we have. So now this is the AD we have. Okay, the proper structure and all the things. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to understand the AD when you installing ADDS. Okay, so if I go for this things, so this complete network is known as domain network.
and one structure.
Yeah, if you're talking about the structure, we have two things. If you go for ADDS structure, okay, we have two things. Number one, domain, DUMAIN domain, and second thing we have domain controller. You need to understand these two things. Domain controller. Okay, so domain is what? Domain is the network. It's a network. Okay, so I can install server. We have a server. Okay, I'm installing ADDS and DNS, and then this network is becoming a domain. Okay, and this server the server who contains a database, that server is known as domain controller. Simple. Understood? Like what? Domain controller is what? A server, sorry, a server who contains a database. That server is known as DC, domain controller. The short form of domain controller is DC. Okay, understood?
Yeah, okay.
The network where ADS service is running, known as domain network. Understood? Okay, so we have two things you need to understand for right now. Number one is domain. What is domain? Domain is a network where ADS services is running. Okay, and what is the domain controller? A server who contains AD database. Understood? That server is known as domain controller. Understood? Fine. So how we can create domain network? I'm showing you. Okay, with the practical. Okay, so what you need to do? See, now if I go to my lab, so we have.
Sir, can you have more than one domain controller
Yeah. We can create multiple domain controllers also in the network. Okay, so we just discuss all these things when we go for further upcoming lectures, because I give you only overview that time. Okay, so how we can go, how I showing you how we can create it. So right now you can see that I already worked in workgroup and this is my server one. Okay, now what I need to do, okay, what I need to do, I'll showing you how we can add the client in the domain also. First we need to create the domain network. Okay, so in server 1, I am creating the domain network. This server becomes a DC. Okay, and I have a client. I just add the client in the domain, and we are showing you how we can create the user and how the user is logged in the domain. Okay, so now understand these things also. One thing also, that if you install AD services, if you want to install AD services, okay, we have some requirements for AD services. Okay, if you want to install, or you can say that ADS requirements. Okay, what requirement you need? Number one, uh, in C drive we have 250 MB free space. We must have 250 MB free space. MB free space. Okay, we must have. Okay, so number one requirement, we need to fulfill this. Okay, so now out of 250, 200 MB for this, 200 MB for AD services. Okay, and 50 MB for log files. Log files. That makes 50 MB. Understood? Yeah. Okay. Number second, LAN card or LAN connection, you can say that. LAN card should be connected and configured. Means LAN card on the LAN card, it should have at least one IP address over there, and it should be up. The LAN card of the server. LAN card of the server. Okay. Okay. It's configured and should be up. Okay. Number third, we need .NET framework. You know .NET framework? It's a feature in 2012 server, 2016 server. It's a platform, you can say that. Like in games, when you install any game in your laptop, you need DirectX, DX. DX means DirectX 9 or 10 something. It's a platform for games. Okay. If in your Windows or in your Windows 10 or something OS, if you don't have a DirectX, you're not able to open the game. You're not able to run the game. Like same for application, we have .NET framework. It's for services or applications. So it allows you to install AD services. If you don't have .NET framework installed in your servers, you're not able to install because it's a platform for AD services. Okay, so we need .NET framework, which one? 4.5 installed in the servers. Not down, 4.5 going up. Yeah, in 2016 we need 4.5. 2012 we need 3.5.1 something. Okay. 4.0, sorry, in 2012, and 2008 we need 3.5.1. So if we are working with 2016, so we need at least 4.5 version of .NET framework. So this is the three requirements we need to fulfill this things. If these requirements are fulfilled, then we are able to install AD services in our servers. Okay. So now we can check once. So if I open my C drive, so I see that in my C drive I already have 28.9 GB free. So my first requirement is fulfilled. Okay. Yeah, more than fulfilled, right? Now if I go for CMD, if I go for if I check my LAN card ncpa.cpl, so I already you can say that configured the IP address. Okay. We need to configure two things. IP address I already configured. We need to configure the DNS server address also, because DNS is also installed in this server. So this server becomes a DNS server also. So I need to give the same IP of this DNS. Okay, 192, sorry, 192.168.1.1. Okay. This has to be the IP address. IP address, yeah, the IP address of the LAN card. So DNS server, why this IP address is same? Because DNS service is also installed in this server. So this is becoming a DNS server IP server also. Okay. Can you put two? Yeah. No, we are not able to put two. Okay. Only one. The same, because the same server, because this is the only server who becoming a AD server also or DNS server also. Okay. So that's why we can give the same IP address in DNS. Just click on OK, click on close. Okay. Okay, so this is the configuration, and last what we need .NET Framework 4.5. So I'll showing you whether it is installed or not. So we can first check. So where we can check with the roles and features whether it is installed or not. 4.5 feature, it's a feature of Server 2016 .NET Framework 4.5. Okay, so I just first open Server Manager. Okay, just click on add rules and features. Okay,
ADDS is it's a role.
ADDS is a role and .NET Framework is a feature. Okay, so tomorrow we just install. Yesterday we installed Hyper-V, so they should give you the result whether it's properly installed or not. It's showing the results only. Okay, it's properly installed. Okay, so now I just click on next now. Okay, role based or feature based installation. Next. Now they give me the server name and IP address and everything. Now this is the role. We have option, second option, Active Directory Domain Services. Okay. If I go for features, you can see that we have 4.6 in 2016. It's already installed. You can see that by default. When you install server, it's already installed in that case, that time. Okay. Understood? Fine. So okay, one thing before install these things in tools, you can see that there is no components are there for Active Directory right now. There is no component because we not install anything in Active Directory. So when you install Active Directory, 6 components are automatically installed.
Okay. So before moving, how here on this server we have been installing like
iSCSI, Target, Hyper-V.
So how can I see what are the features that has been enabled?
Yeah, you can see that. If you go for tools, it's showing you everything. Like you can see the Hyper-V. Have you seen Hyper-V Manager? With the help of this, we can manage Hyper-V. Okay, with the help of this, we can manage ISNS server. What we installed. Okay, like for iSCSI, we can click on there. We have the option iSCSI. So with the help of this, we can manage iSCSI. Okay, so when you install services, their components are automatically installed. Okay, so for AD services, when I'm going to install AD services, 6 components are automatically installed.
It's basically like installing
to manage AD services.
Like if I'm installing an application on my phone.
Yeah. It's have a components.
Like
those files and components are there. Okay. So with those 6 components, you are able to manage AD services. Okay, we have 6 components. So first I need to install AD services and let's see whether the components are not there. So still there is no component right now according to AD services. So just go for add roles and features first and then simply click on next. Now we can go for Active Directory Domain Services. This is the second option. Okay, and then we can go for DNS also, because I told you for domain we need 2 services, AD and DNS. So we can go for DNS also. Okay, so you can see that DNS component is also installed. Okay, now just click on next. Okay, we don't want anything in features. Simply click on next now. Okay, the .NET framework is already installed. In 2016 there is the version is 4.6. Okay, remember this. 2012 4.5, 2008 3.5.1. Okay, but now in 16 we have 4.6. Now simply click on next. This is the domain services. Okay, which I tell you already. This is for centralized management and everything. Okay, so for AD services we can go for centralized management also. Centralized management, what is the meaning of centralized management? Centralized management means with the help of one location we can manage multiple locations. That is what we have, a centralized management. Okay, now DNS I already told you, it's simple, go for name to IP resolution. Okay, now we go for this I just enable automatic restarts. I simply click on next now. Okay, now it's going to install AD services. Still, it's running in work group. Remember this thing. Yeah. Because I'm just installing AD services. I'm not still configuring anything.
I haven't changed anything.
Yeah. I hope recording is running.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's running.
Yeah, it's running. It was not trying to do it properly.
Yeah, I thought I forget to start. I started already. Okay, so now you can see that the AD service is installed successfully. Okay, just click on close now. And now you can see that if I go to tools, we have 6 components till ADSI added. Okay, it starts with Active Directory Administrative Center, AD Domain and Trust, AD Module for PowerShell, AD Site and Services, AD User and Computers, and ADSI added. Okay, PowerShell is a tool. It's a command line tool for scripting and automation and everything.
The last week from the physical tool.
Yeah, that's the PowerShell Direct. Okay, PowerShell one is a Windows PowerShell, a simple Windows PowerShell. Windows PowerShell is a command line tool. You can manage all the things with the PowerShell also, but you need to know the commands, all the commands. Like in your routers and switches, you have a command. So in that also we have a command. It's a scripting tool. You can say that it's like a scripting tool. You can script it. You can automation. You can go for like this. Automation means you can create multiple objects at a one time. Go for scripting and everything for those. So these are the 6 tools which are automatically installed when you install AD services.
So now go through all of them after.
Yeah, we can go all of them after. Okay. Now we go for local server again, and still you can see that still my server is in work group. Why? Because I am just installing AD services. I'm not doing anything in that. I'm not configuring anything. Okay. And one thing also I'm showing you, we have DNS also come DNS console. With the help of this DNS, we can manage the DNS server also. DNS services also, configure DNS services also. Okay. So what I need to do now? Now I need to configure my AD services. I need to, I want that, okay, I want that this network is becoming a domain and this system is becoming a domain controller. So how we can go for that? You can see the yellow mark over there, yellow explanation mark. Just click on that. We have the option promote this server to a domain controller. Now we are creating a domain environment, domain network. Just click on that. Now you can see that. Now we have the options. Okay. So we need to choose first. Add a new forest. New forest means new organization. This is my first domain controller. Okay. So we can go for add a new forest. Like if you see the forest, first we can become forest, and then we can put the trees. Then the animals are there. It's becoming a full forest. Okay. So first we can purchase a land for forest. We can say it's a land. Okay, so it's becoming a new organization now. Forest represents organization. So it's a root domain name. Root domain name means the first domain name. We are getting a very first domain in our organization. So what we can go? I go for set.com. Okay, so you can give any name instead of You need to give .com, .c, .co, .in, .org, .edu. These are the top level domains. .id, .local, anything you can go for that. Okay. So I go for starts with, because it's my local domain, so I go for local. Okay. So you need to give that top level domains. These are the top level domains. If you are not able to give these top level domains with your name, so your domain is not creating. It's mandatory to give all these things. Okay. So simple click on next now. See, this is the configuration of AD. If you see above, it's a Active Directory Services configuration wizard. Now I'm going to configure the.
What does it mean, wizard?
Which one?
Wizard.
Wizard means the page, the window. Okay. 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 Now you can see two things over there: forest function level and domain function levels. Right? Forest function level means it's set to Windows Server 2016. Like if I'm set this to Windows Server 2016, it means I'm able to use only Server 2016 servers in my organization. If I set this for Windows Server 2016, it means I'm able to use only Server 2016 OS in my network, in my organization.
Like, okay.
Not less than that. I'm not able to go for 2012 and 8.
If there is a server which has
2012, so we are not able to add on the domain. If I'm set over there this, so that's why we recommended that we always go for least one. So if I choose 2008 R2, it means I'm start with 2008 R2 to 2016. I'm using anything. Understood? Okay. And this is the domain. For this domain also, we are going for 2008 R2 onwards. Okay. We have multiple domains in one organization. Like we have multiple sites like in Delhi, Gurgaon, Hyderabad. So these all are multiple sites, but we have only one organization. The set.com India. In India, we have these are some simple parts. So I told that in India also we are using start with 2008, and in this Gurgaon location also we start with 2008 art. Now we discuss this later. Skip this. DNS is already installed, so they are not able to uncheck this. Skip this or skip this. We discuss late after this. Now they're asking me the password. Now what password they're asking me right now? They're asking me the Active Directory restore mode password. Now what is that? Like imagine in some case or in some time your AD is corrupted. Okay, or you can take the backup of your AD, but the AD is corrupted. So with the help of this password, you can restore your AD services or AD database. Understood? So you can give any password. It's a complex one. Okay, so you can give same password also like ABCN123 which you have in your server. You can give different password also. I'm giving same. Why? Because I'm forget the passwords very quickly. So that's why I give the same. Okay, ABC8123. Okay. Now the simple click on next now. This is nothing. Ignore this. Is skip this option again. Simple click on next. Okay. You're taking domain name. Said okay. So okay, it's fine. We discuss later what is net bars and everything. Okay. Now click on next again. Now you can see that the database folder. So where it exists, C Windows NTDS. This is the database folder. Okay, in this location, my database ntds.dit file is saved.
So by default, it will install it over there.
Yeah, by default it's registered there. You can change it over there. You can change it. Okay, fine. So by default, what administrator do, what Microsoft recommends you that where your OS is installed, you can put there only. Okay, the log file is the same also. And if you have a database, if you have SQL or some database are there, so you can give the path of the database also. Okay. Now sysvol is also a folder where you can save the group policies. I told you group policies. With the help of group policy, we can restrict the user accounts and all the things. So sysvol is a folder where he saves the group policies. Sysvol, the full form is system volume. Okay. And then we go next now. Now this is the summary. What we did. Okay. One cool feature they gives you full script also. If I click on view script, they give me the full script.
Like if you want to install any multiple domain networks or multiple domain for the same configuration, you use this script also and run in the PowerShell. Oh shit. Yeah. So it will do it on all the servers. All the servers. Understood. So if you know the scripting, then you can do like this also. But just you need to change the this domain name only. That's it. Rest all are same. Understood? Okay. So if you know scripting, then you can do this also. Okay. So this scripts run only in PowerShell. Remember these things. Okay. Now I don't want right now. I'll just click on simple next. Now they checks your prerequisites. Prerequisites means the requirements, what they need. If everything is fulfilled, then they gives you free space. Yeah, all the free space, LAN card is configured, and everything is there. If everything is there, give you, they highlight the install option. If there is issue, they give you error on this blank area. And they tell you where the errors come from. Yeah, yeah. They give you errors that what this is the error. This is you cannot do, or this is not done. You need to go and rectify the things. Okay. See, you can see that all prerequisite checks pass successfully. Okay, click install to begin the installation. Everything is there, everything is passed. Now click on simple install. Now it's going to creating a domain network, and this server is becoming a domain controller. Domain controller. I'm going to start my client machine also. Now you can see that it's successfully completed. See, the server has successfully configured as a domain controller now. Yes. Okay, now just close it and it's automatically restart. Wait, why not? Means 10 to 15 seconds. It's automatically going to restart. See, it's going to restart. Okay. Meanwhile, I see my client whether it is great. Oh my god. Tired. I said you're tired. Yeah. Riding bike in Delhi is very, very, very difficult.
Client is there. Server is running. Now it's check time. Okay. Because now you installing AD services, so takes time to. You install VMware?
No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, firstly move, okay, first year, because it's your version is high. So when you're going to install my one, so they not allowing you to. Okay. And remove all the machines, okay? Delete all the machines because it's a higher version machines now. It's not running in lower versions.
Okay, I have my okay.
Yeah, so you need to delete virtual machines also.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what you need to create a new infra, a clean new infra.
My configs for the lab, everything.
Hmm.
This is the bits like 32 bits, right?
Yeah.
So okay.
It's working on both the bits, मतलब 32 and 64 both. Okay. If it is necessary that it's going to 32, just go for 32.
Oh, come on.
No worries, you have practiced at least. Okay. You can see that. See the difference. When we log in with the simple administrator. Now they're showing me my domain name.
So I can log in
with sid/administrator. Now workgroup does not exist in this server now.
Okay.
If I'm trying to log in with the workgroup administrator, the local it's not working.
So you have to put /administrator.
Yeah, it's automatically there with you for you. Okay, so you go for ABC at 123. Now what happens? Now domain is replacing your workgroup network always.
You said domain?
Domain network is always replacing the workgroup network. So when you install domain controller in a particular server, then in that case, your domain administrator replace the workgroup administrator. Now, if you check once, if I go to up now, how we can check whether whether this server is becoming a domain or not. So first, we can see the domain name is exist already. Okay. When we log in, then go to properties, we can see that over there also it replace workgroup, and now they're showing you
there's no local. Okay.
domain. Now it's not a workgroup now. Now this server is not running in workgroup now. Okay, we can see the database folders also. Like if I open my Explorer, File Explorer, and if I go to this PC and if I open my C drive, in C drive where it's found in Windows. In Windows you can find out NTDS folder. See, the NTDS folder is there. If I open it, you can see the ntds.dit file is there. This is the database file. Understood? Okay, and then you can see the sysvol. You have see the sysvol folder also for group policies. Group policies. See, if you go for domain, you have the policies and scripts. Whatever policy, whatever scripts you can be using over there, it saves everything. Okay, so now this server becoming a domain controller and the network is abc.local. Okay, now how we can add my client in the network? Okay, so what I need to do first, I need to go for ncpa.cpl.
If you can IP address.
I need to set the IP address. Okay, go to properties and I need to go for IPv4 properties, and again we have the IP address is 1.2, and over there the IP address is what? 192.168.1.1 for DNS server. 192.168.1.1. Okay. Now simple click on OK, click on close. Now we can check with the name also that my DNS server is properly working or not. I will go for ping and my network name is abc.local, right?
Okay.
And I click on enter, they're showing me the address of my my server address. It's not showing, I think so. Check once. Over there is host only, okay. And over there, what I use, it's a custom one. I need to go for host only. Okay. Now let's see whether it is working or not. abc.local, right? Oh, sorry, set.local. Sorry. Yeah, set.local, set.local. Yeah, now they're showing you the name. So why it's resolving? Why? Because we are using the DNS server right now. If I'm not mentioning the DNS IP address on my client machine, the server IP address, so it's not replying. Okay. So what I need to do now, I need to go to this PC. I open my File Explorer and I go to this PC. Go to properties. Okay, and you can find out we have a group. Click on change. Over there we have the change option again. First change settings, then click on change. Over there we have the found domain. So I need to go for domain. My domain name is what? Set.local. And then simply click.
Put your in caps over there without caps.
No, it's not a case sensitive. We can go for simple. Simple click on OK. Now they're asking you your credentials. Now they're asking you domain, your DC credentials, your server credentials over there. So my server is administrator, and the password is abc@1234.
It's not set.slash.
Set is already there, and they're already taking the set.local. So we don't want to go for if they're not taking set, so I go for set/administrator. Okay, it's already taking set.local, so I don't want to go for. Simple click on OK. Now if everything is okay, fine, they give the message the set.local domain. Okay, simple click on OK. Now you need to restart once your client, and then you can see instead of workgroup, they also come in domain. And when this client account is open in the server also, you can say it's a computer account.
The database is installed in C drive, Windows,
NTDS.
So I have it in my words. Sometimes to pronounce it is very difficult. I get used to it.
No, why did you know that? Yeah. The major part is you need to understand. That's it. Okay, the client is running. Well, okay, there. That's it. Now client have two accounts now. We have local account, workgroup account also, or we have domain account also.
So the group account is still there.
Yeah, like if you want to now it's your choice. Okay, where you want to log in. You want to log in work group or you want to log in domain. Okay.
So we can put it by default on the domain one. Yeah. So as soon as we can focus on the domain.
Yeah, like if you do something in if you want to do something in the work group, so you can go for work group also. Okay, like you have the option. See, I was showing you. Like, see, this is the work group option, admin one. Okay. If I want to log in with the domain, I go for other user. Okay, and then we can need to give the like sed/administrator.
This is the PC.
This is the client one.
Okay, this is the client.
This is the client
and
one.
Like this, you want to log in as into the work group.
Yeah, so if you want to go for work group, so you have the admin user over there. So simple click on admin. This is the local. This is the work group user. Okay, if you want to go for domain, I want that. Okay, I create one user in my server. I want to log in that user in this client. So where you want to go, I go for other user, and I need to give the domain name / username, and then give the password. Understood? Okay. So what I need to do first, now you can see that now we can test whether we have. So how we can test it? I need to create one user. Okay. So how we can create the user? Just click on start. Go to admin tools. Have you seen the 6 components? Okay, which I already showing you. These are the 6 components which are already installed. Okay, I can go Active Directory users and computers to create user accounts. Okay, so I open this. Open it once. Double click. So you can see that. See, this is my set.local domain. If I expand this, we have the options. This is the computer. If I click on computer, they're showing me I have a computer account in that. For client. So when I log in, when I join client in my domain, that client computer account is created in the server automatically. Okay. I just go to users over there and I'm going to create a user. So we can go for it. Right click on that, click on new, and we have the option user. Okay. Now I give the first name. Said I not give the last name. It's okay. It's up to you. You can go for last name or not. It's the optional one. Now they're asking you user logon name. Always remember that the user is always login with the user logon name. User logon name. Like imagine if I set over there sed1. So my user always login with the sed1. It's not login with the sed. Sed is a display name.
Sed is like the name that
name of the user.
You are the
yeah. Or it's a display name also. Like I just click on start. They're showing me administrator over there. No? Like same they over there showing me sed. Okay. So it's a display name. It's a login name. So remember that both the names are same. Okay, because if you forget the logon name, you're not able to log in with the user. Understood? In companies, what they do, they give your employee ID in the logon name.
Like your name?
No, employee ID. Like your employee ID is EMP 100. Imagine this is my employee ID.
Will be 100.
100. Yeah. So in username you can give EMP-100.
Okay.
For setting. Okay. Understood? Okay, so I give my employee ID over there. Imagine that I'm working in company, so the company employee ID is this. Okay, so I go for EMP-100. Simple click on next now. Now they give the password. The password should be complex. You can give any password like set@123. So I go for set@123. Okay. So it's up to you. You can give the same password also. You can give this. Now we have options. If you choose this one, user must change the password at next logon. So once the user is going to log on for the first time, they ask you to change the password. User can choose their own passwords. If you don't want to do that, you can choose user cannot change the password or password never expires. By default, after 42 days, your password is expired.
So how to recreate like so what if your password expires?
My password expires. So what happens when you log in? They ask you to change the new password on the prompt. When you try go to login, you can give your password. They ask you, okay, your password expires, change the password.
Okay.
So they give you the option new password and confirm password. Then you can give the passwords. Okay, and then you have the account is disabled. Account is disabled means if I disable this account means we are not able to log in with this. So right now I'm just using these two options. User cannot change password and password never expires. Simple click on next and click on finish. Okay.
The password
okay. My okay. I go for ABC ones. Okay, so now you can see that sed is the user it's created now.
Let's create another one.
Let's create another one. Okay, I create Abdul.
Okay.
Abdul. DOUL, right?
Yeah.
Your employee ID is 101. Okay, sorry.
P.
P. I'm sorry. P. Okay, your employee ID is 101. Simple click on next. Password ABC8123. ABC8123. And at this time I choose user must change the password. Okay, simple click on next and finish. We have two users now. Abdul is the user and we have said user. Now let's log in with the client. This is my client. Now they're asking me for the workgroup password, so I go for other user. First I need to give this domain name. My domain name is sid, then slash, username is emp hyphen 100. Okay, and the password is abc at 123. Now let's see it's able to log in or not. See. Welcome Sid. Okay. Understood? Okay. Now he's saying hi, hello. It's taking taking some 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds, or maybe 1 minute something. Very first time you log in with the Windows client or Windows 8, no? They gives you all the description. It will not showing you anything. So you can see that, like, see, like if you click on start, so on the start you can see that you have the set options.
So everything that you do here will be restricted on the server.
No, we give the policies and all. Still, it's not. It's very fresh. I know. Okay. Now I just close this now. Go for log out, sign out, and I try to sign in with your user now. Okay. Okay. Now, right now it's a sid login. I go to other user again, and then we can go for sid slash emp hyphen 101. Right. Your employee ID is this, and password is abc8123. Now see, they prompt me right now because see, the user must change. The user's password must be changed before sign in. Click on OK. Now you can give your password also. Understood? Okay. So in companies we always use this. In live, so the user is able to change their own passwords. You set their own passwords.
So that no one can take a username and password and do something wrong.
Yeah. So 1 2 3 4 4 5. ABC at 1 2 3 4 5. I gave the password. Okay. So simple click on OK. Changing the password. Your password has been changed. Click on OK. Now sign in again. Now Abdul is there. Understood? How we can do the things, how we create domain network, how we configure our AD services. Okay, when we configure our AD services, the server who contains database is the domain controller and the network is domain. How we join our client in the domain and how we create the user accounts. Okay, so you can start and you can see Abdul is there. Okay, clear? Yeah. You want to do? Because you need to.
Yeah.
Okay, what you can do? What you can do? You just meanwhile, what you do? You just first remove and uninstall. Oh, I have a Windows 7 also. Let's try once Windows 7. If you have. Yeah. Okay. Because it's a very long process. So uninstall everything and install everything. Okay, I just pause the video now. Okay. So resume start. Okay, so we're talking about the clustering. Okay, so I'll showing you on the there. So we just start with overview of clustering. Okay, we already did overview of Active Directory. We install and configure domain network now. Now we're going for overview of clustering. So what is the meaning of clustering? Clustering means clustering is a logical component. You can say that it's kind of logical component. Okay, now what is the cluster? Number one, like I told you, in servers we have high availability criteria. Yesterday I told you that high availability means if one server is down, second server is up to provide the same resources. High availability. Okay. So if you're talking about the cluster, so cluster is a logical component who contains maximum 32 servers. Okay, understood. Fine. Now imagine. Now why we use cluster is what? It's a nothing. It's a simple logical component who can contain maximum 32 servers. Okay. Fine. So I just open my paint and I'll show you. Now if I want high availability or if I want load balancing in the network, like in your routers, what you do, if for load balancing you have some commands. Yeah, okay, so like in servers also, if you go for load balancing or if you go for failover means high availability. Like if my one server is down, second server is up to give the same resources, provide the same resources. Okay, so for load balancing or for high availability, we use clustering in the servers. Understood? Okay. I'll write it over there. Like, see, if you go for okay, it's slow. Wow, good. Clustering. If I'm talking about the clustering, so clustering is what? It's a logical component in servers. Okay, what is that? It's a logical component in server. Okay, it is used to. It is. I'm sorry. It is used to maintain or contain maximum 32 servers. Okay, maximum 32 servers. Okay. Number second point, it what clusters do, what clustering do, it provide network load balancing and failover. Failover means high availability. HA. The short form is high availability is HA. The first one goes down, the second one. Yeah, exactly. So it provides you network load balancing also. Means if you want to load balance your network, you can say the data or network data packets, then you can use NLB. Or if you want to go for high availability, then you can go for failover. Okay, so we have two types of clustering in that. You can say that we have how many we have? Two types of clustering. Number one, NLB. You can share the short form is NLB, full form is network load balancing. Okay, network load balancing, and another one is FC. FC means failover clustering. Okay, failover clustering. Understand why we use clustering? Yeah. Okay, so it is a logical component in server. It is used. What is a cluster? Cluster is a logical component in a server. It is used to contain maximum 32 servers, minimum 2, maximum 32. Okay. Clustering is used to provide NLB and failover. Okay, NLB it is used to provide NLB and failover. NLB is what? It's for network load balancing. If my network is very you can say that heavy, so we can divide those network traffic between two to more than 2 servers. Okay, now I'm showing you how we can go for that. Before I showing you, I'll make one diagram and let you explain. Like imagine google.com. You know google.com? Google.com is very famous site, search engine. Okay, so if imagine that if google.com is only one server, so can he is able to manage all the data? I don't think so, because it's very large amount of sessions or network traffic is there. Okay, because means you can say that every day you can say that every day billions of people are access google.com. Okay, so like imagine this is my network. Imagine this is my network. Okay, and I have one web server. Web server is my website server, who launches your website. Okay, like imagine I have one web server. This is my company. My company name is set.com and my website is set.com. You can see that. Okay, so I have one web server in my company. This is the web server we have. Web server -01. So this is the server who manages my website. Okay, this is the server who manages my website. And then we have so many clients in our website. In the company, we have some outside client also, and we have some inside clients also. Okay, so my inside client is okay. So my inside client, you can say that it's around inside. Imagine I have something around 500 clients, 500 users, you can say that, who accessing daily to this web server. Okay, and outside also, this is the inside users. This is for inside users. Okay, and outside also we have something around 1,000 outside users who are daily access my website. Okay, so all the requests are goes to this web server. They respond the request and then they able to access my website. Understood? Yeah. Okay, so now right now it's okay. 1,500 users is not a big task for server to manage. So he's able to manage. It's okay. We have a hardware server, so we are able to manage these things. Okay. Now you can say that the traffic is increasing day by day. Okay. After 1 week, now the user, or you can say that after 1 month, the user amount total is right now inside user is increasing now. It's increasing, and it's now it's you can say that 1,000 inside. Okay, and outside you can go for 3,000. So now its total is 4,000 users I have who are accessing the same website regularly. Okay, so now what happens when they accessing the same when they accessing the websites at the same time. So what happens? My website is slow now. Now it's going to slow because the server has having some load in that. So now I have two options. Either I destroy this server and I can purchase a very good configuration server again, or what I do, I can purchase another server. So I can put another server. I can make this server again as a web server 2. You can see that web server 2. Okay, and I tell them okay. I tell okay. Now what I do with the help of NLB, we can divide the traffic between these two.
Okay, NLB.
Okay. Understood. Yeah. Fine. So what's the diagram when we implement this NLB? The diagram is like this. Like you can say that this is two servers we have. Okay. This is the web server 1, and this is web server 2. Okay. These are two web servers. It's connected with each other. Okay. I just connect with each other. Okay, and I have one page, I have one website they are developing, and now in that what I do, I can create one cluster over there. This is the cluster. This is the NLB cluster. You can say that. Okay, this is what we have, a NLB cluster. Okay, and I can add these two servers in this cluster. Okay, you can say that I add these two servers in this cluster. Understood? And I tell my clients that okay, you don't want to access this server directly, you access this cluster. And cluster responsibility is, if like imagine if he is busy, server 1 is busy, he sends request to server 2. If server 2 is busy, he sends request to server 1. So it's automatically redirected the traffic. Understood? Fine. Imagine that this is my 1.1 and this is my 1.2, and I'm creating the cluster. So I give the cluster unique IP address also. I give 1 dot imagine 10 for my cluster IP address, and I tell my client okay, client is able to access this website, this IP address only. When they write their browser the IP address 192.168.1.10, it automatically redirect the request to those two servers, and the website is open automatically.
1.1, can you explain about this?
See, like imagine I have a client 1. Okay, he accesses the cluster. The cluster IP address is 1.10. Okay, now the request goes to the request comes to cluster now. Now cluster what see it checks whether 1 is busy or 2 is busy. If he sees ki 1 is busy, then he directly direct request to server 2. If server 2 is busy, direct request to server 1. So it automatically do that. So this is the job of the NLB cluster. Understood? Fine. So always remember, NLB cluster has the unique IP address. Okay. Understood? Fine. So this is what we have. So let's see what happens. Okay. In the how we can configure NLB clustering. Okay. So if I go for my servers, so we have so many options. Okay. So right now I have 3 servers. Okay. Server 1, server 2, and server 3. Okay. Remember one thing. Okay, that we don't have right now choice, but in the clustering we not add our servers, our DCs in clustering.
DCs.
Yeah, we not Microsoft recommends you that you're not able to add you not add your DC, your domain controllers, in clusters. If your domain controller is down, all the servers are down because it depends on the domain controller. Okay, fine. So always remember this.
So you have to put only the domain controller inside the cluster.
No, we are not putting domain controller in the cluster. Domain controller is outside the cluster. Rest all the servers are in the cluster.
Okay.
So in our case, what we have three servers. So server 1 is my DC. So I'm not doing anything in that. Server 2 and server 3, I'm making the web servers.
Okay.
And I can create one cluster and add those two servers in the cluster. Understood? Fine. So for do that, what I need to do, I need to first add these two servers in the domain, because if you see, if I open my server 2, okay, so server 2 is not a part of domain right now. If I go to the server, this PC, and go to properties, you can see that it's a simple work group. See, it's working in work group right now. Okay, and same in my server 3 also. If I go to server 3 and I just check once, I go to right click to this PC and go to properties, you can see that I have only this also works in workgroup. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to join these servers in the domain first. So these server is known as member servers. What it calls? Member server. Member server is why? Because we are not creating DC, we are not installing AD services in these servers, we just join these servers in the domain network which we already created. Okay, understood now? Fine. So let's see how we can do that. I hope the recording is running. Yes. Okay. Now we go for server 2 first, and I'm going to join the. Okay. So first I need to check the IP address. So ncpa.cpl. My server 2 IP address is 1.3.
Okay.
Okay. So I go just check. Go to properties. You can see that IPv4. I have a 1.3, and I already give the server my DNS server IP address in that. Configure the DNS server IP address. Just click on cancel. Okay. Now I just try to ping. Okay, so ping 192. Sorry, if I go for first check with the set dot local, whether my DNS is working right now. Okay, so what I need to do, I just join this server to my domain. So same thing, how we can join my client. Just click on change settings, click on change. Okay, and give the server. I just change my computer name. This is server 2, and I give the domain name is set dot local. Okay, now give your DC username and password. Okay, welcome to set.local. Okay, I'm just going to restart once. Okay, no worries. Restart once and then it's automatically changed now. Okay.
Meanwhile, we can do for the third.
Yeah, meanwhile we can do for the third, right? Maybe my system is working that much fine. Because no, actually the problem is that the RAM is not good. 8 GB is only. So maybe I'm worried about that now.
So let's wait for the second one to finish.
It's restarting now. Yeah, it's okay. Let's wait.
So that you won't put a lot of pressure on.
Yeah, we already did. We already created 3 servers, so it's also, we already have a lots of pressure. You have a 16 GB, na? Your system is able to.
Yeah,
but I have 8 GB, so
I think they can be able, but my VMware is giving me some issues.
My home, I have 32 GB system,
Okay.
but it's a
Desktop
desktop. It's a desktop.
Okay. Over there you can whatever you want. I'm trying, even if I get mine, I'll increase mine to 32.
Let's wait. It started once.
This is soft.
Yes. I think it's coming back. Okay. So I just log in with the domain. Okay. Domain admin administrator. Okay.
Okay.
Now it's successfully becoming a member of the. Okay. Now I do same thing in my server 3. Okay. So I already did this. I go for set.local. Turn enter. Okay, they're asking me the password. So administrator the user, and you give the password is abc8123. Okay. Okay. It's going to restart now. Okay, it's running. Starting. Okay, starting. Okay. Time. Starting. Okay. It's running. Yeah, it's been slow now. It sounds slow. So 2003 is very good servers. 2003. 2003, very lightweighted and very good. They have so many graphics now.
So nowadays, which one is the most common used?
2012. 12 is commonly used in companies now.
So
They are upgrading slowly, 2016, but 12 is mostly been using. Even 2008 also is running.
but it's the same configurations, just 16 they have, like 16 has more features that
Yeah,
12 and 8
yeah, but the problem is that no, the 16 has so much heavy graphics.
heavy graphics.
That is what the issue is. See, you can see that, no? If your configuration is not that much enough, so server is too slow. So that was the issue because it's completely on Windows 10, na? Like that said. So
The graphic is much better here than
yeah,
12 and 8.
I like 2003 servers. It's very good, very lightweighted, very good servers. Finally, I'm going to start. You also feel tired, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so set slash administrator password abc@123. Okay, so now it's logging now. Okay, so now we have two members, server 2 and server 3. So if you want to check, if I go to my DC, okay, so over there we able to check also. These two servers has their accounts open automatically in the DC. Okay. So now you can see whether the account is um, okay, it's running. So go to start. Okay. Now it's started. Okay, so now you can see that I'm in DC, I'm in my server 1. So let's see whether the accounts are open or not. So this is the first step. What we do, we can do what we do. We do Active Directory users and computers. So what we do first create 3 servers. One is my DC, another 2 server is my member server. I just add those 2 servers in the domain network. Okay. Now after this, what I need to do, I need to make these 2 servers as a web server. Okay. So how we can make it? I'm showing you. Now I can see that first. I just go to, sorry, need to go close this one. Yeah, for computers, you can see that now we have a three. This is the client one. These are the 2 servers who are the member of my domain network. Okay, they're showing you. Understood this? Okay. Now what I need to do, then my second step is I need to make these servers as a web server. So how we can go for this? Go for that. I go to server two. Okay, first, and I open server manager. I open server manager. Okay, and I go to add rules. Just simple click on next, click on next, click on next. Now we have the option IIS web server. I just check this option IIS. Okay, so I'm gonna click on add features. I'm gonna click on next, next, next. These are the by default components it is taken automatically. These are the by default components of IIS services. Okay, so if you know something about IIS, so you can go for further components also. Okay, so right now we are using the default settings of IIS. Okay, so simply click on next now and restart automatic if they required. Click on install. Simple. Okay, like how we can installing the IIS services. Okay, then I see. Now IIS has a default page. Okay, so this default page is saved in C drive. Okay, in C drive. So so we check whether the IIS is properly installed or not. Okay, so if I open window Internet Explorer and I and I mention my IP address over there 192.168.1.2 1.3, sorry. If I enter it, so the default page is open automatically. If it is open, it means my IIS is working properly. Okay, we need to do same thing in server 3 also. Okay, we install this services all in server 3 also. Understand? Okay. Yeah, now it's taking time. You have very patient when you configure those things. You are becoming now infra engineer, na, so you should be very patient because some devices are very fast, some devices are very slow in the infra. So okay, so the installation is succeeded in this server. Okay, installation is succeeded. Now I'm going to server 3 and I do the same thing in server 3. I'm installed the services, IIS servers. Over there in server 2 it's installed, it succeeded. In server 3 now I'm in server 3, so I need to go to add rules. Next. Right now in server 3. Next, again the same services, IIS, add features. Next. By default, okay, restart required, automatic if they want.
Let's wait again.
You hate waiting, right? Okay. Hmm, it's running. Okay. Okay. So it's installed on both the servers. Okay. So I'll just click on close now. Close over there also. So I just minimize this server manager. I need to go to the I open Explorer, File Explorer, and let's see where the by default page is there. Okay, so why I'm open File Explorer, I want to do some, first I need to test once. Okay, so how we can test once? First I need to open Internet Explorer. Have you seen Internet Explorer in there? Okay, this is the Internet Explorer. Let me check at once whether my IIS server is properly installed or not. So how we can go for that? Okay, ask me later. Just click on this, go for 190, sorry, 192, 168, 1.3 is my this server. Okay, you can see that by default IIS services page is open now. So it means what? That my IIS server is becoming a welcome to IIS. This is the IIS page by default. You can deploy your own page also instead of this.
India, welcome.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah. India Hindi.
Yeah.
No, there is no Hindi. I think so. No Hindi.
Oh,
Only English. No Hindi.
I can see English, French.
Yeah, I know. I don't know the languages. I know only English or Hindi.
Yeah. They didn't put in.
This one is what?
This one looks like Russia.
Okay.
German is French.
So it looked like that my IIS page is working fine. Now I need to check one with my 3 also, server 3 also. So I go to my server 3 now. This is my server 3, and now I need to check again. So I go for open Internet Explorer, and this time I need to put my server 3 IP address. Okay, on the browser. Okay, so 192. I'm sorry. 192, 168. 192, 168, 1.4. Enter it. So you can see that the page is open again. Now both pages are same. So it's very doubtful that where the request goes. How we can identify that the request where the request goes? Either go for server 2 or either go for server 3. Okay. So what I need to do, I just modify some changes in the pages that we are able to understand that this is the server 3 page or this is the server 2 page. Okay. So what I need to do, I just open my Explorer in server 3 and I go for C drive. In C drive where the page save in inetpub. This is the folder. In this folder we can go for www.root and then we have the is start pages there. This is the image. I open this image. I go to edit this image and I just write over there at the top. I write what I'm mentioning means you can say I write server 3. Okay, if this page is open, it means I understand that the request goes to server 3. Okay, I save this. Same I do in there in server 2. Okay, that I at least I know where the request goes. Okay, so in C,
this also allows you to know if both of them are working.
Yeah, right now it's both of us work because we are going doing NLB. We are not doing failover clustering. So both of them are working right now. Okay, so we go for there and we need to.
So like this, even those who are accessing these services from outside, they will be able to see server 2, server 3.
No, they doesn't want any. They don't know where the request goes. They want that they need to open the page. That's it. Understood? Like imagine, I'll send you one package. Okay, you have two persons. Both are same. Either if he is busy, you give the package to them. If he is busy, then you give the package to them. Okay. Per client, what need? Client need the page. Simple. It doesn't matter who is opening, whether go for server 2 or server 3. They want a website page. Okay, so that is what we have. Why I'm mentioning there? Because I want to see where the request goes. Okay, so now if I again check once, I open my Explorer again and I want to check again. So if I open 192.168.1.3, so it goes to server 2. Okay, so if I go for 1.4, so it goes to server 3. Understood?
So this is what allows you as administrator to know which server you're accessing.
Yeah, I want to check this. So that's why I'm mentioning the identifier, the pages. It's for identification only. Okay. Now we have both the things are set. Now for NLB, what we need to install NLB services also. We have NLB feature in our servers. Okay. So what we need to do, I need to install both the servers NLB feature. So in server 2, I go for server manager again, and I go for add roles in features. Okay. Simple click on next, next. Next, I need to go. I skip this role right now. Now go to features. Over there we have the option network load balancing NLB. Just check this. Add features. Simple click on next. If you want to automatic restart, go yes and click on install. Simple. Okay. I do same thing in the server 3 also. Okay. Need to do same thing in the server 3 also. The same thing. I go to add roles. Click on next, 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 next. Now I need to go in features. I found NLB. Here is NLB. Okay. If I am not installed these services, so the server is not adding the cluster. Okay. Add features. Click on next. Restart automatic enable. Yes, install. Okay, it's installed over there. In server 2 is installed. Close. If I switch to server 3, it's on. Okay, so I can manage NLB clustering in both the servers. Anywhere I can manage. Okay. Now this is the third step. Number one step, I add those servers in the domain. Number second step, I make those servers as a web server. Number third step, I am installing NLB feature in both the servers. Now fourth step, I am going to configure NLB cluster. Okay, the last step. You can configure anywhere. Okay. So if you configure on server 2, so server 3 automatically all the updations.
Okay.
Okay.
They update each other.
They update each other. If I configure server 3, so it's automatically updated on server 2 also.
So what if what okay? What if I have like 4 servers and I want only the 3 to be part of the clusters?
Which one?
Like assuming that now we have 2 servers.
Yeah.
Assume you have another one, the third
Ha,
one.
so it's okay, same. So you can do same thing. Install web servers, install NLB, and add the cluster on the server.
Okay, so if I don't want the third one to be part, so I don't have to enable this feature.
Yeah, exactly. So maximum I have 32 servers I can add in one cluster. Maximum 32, not more than that. Okay. So if you have more than 32, so you can create 2 clusters. Okay. Okay, it's installed now. Okay, so click on close now. Okay, so I am switched to first server 2. Okay, I start doing everything on server 2. Okay, so what I need to do, I just close this server manager, and now I go to start and I go for admin tools. Over there we found NLB console, NLB manager. You can see that NLB manager is there. Network load balancing manager is there. Double click on this. It's opening like this. Okay, this is the configuration wizard of NLB. So now what do we need to do? I just first right click on this and we have the option new cluster or connect to existing. If I have already created one cluster, if I want to connect it, so you can go for connect to existing. I don't have any clusters, so you can go for new cluster. Okay, now they want to they want to connect to the host. Write down the IP address where you want to create the cluster. So right now I'm creating cluster in server 2. So I have to give the server 2 IP address 192.168.168 1.3. 3 is my server 2 right now. Right. A simple click on connect. So it's connected now. You can see that added. Now simple click on next now. Now they told me that your priority is 1. Means first the request goes to you on your server. If your server is busy, then request goes to server 2. Understood? Yeah. So total we have 32 priorities. So it means we added 32 servers.
So if I get it to like example for Google, so they have many clusters and each cluster has 32 servers. Okay.
Understood? Okay. So we have this. Now the state of this this cluster is started. Right now it's started now. Okay, you started. You stop this cluster also. You suspend this cluster also. If you want that I don't want this cluster anymore. I want to stop this cluster. So you can stop this cluster also, or you can suspend also, pause the cluster also. So by default it started. Okay, simple click on next now. Now they want to ask you the cluster IP address. Okay, the cluster IP address should be unique. I told you.
Yeah.
Because the client is able to access those IP address. So I give, like in my case, I give 192.168.1.10 is the cluster IP address. Okay, mask is automatically taken. Click on OK. Then click on next now. Okay, now your IP address of cluster is this. Okay, now we have three types of mode: unicast, multicast, and IGMP multicast. If you go for unicast, so one-to-one request is there. Like imagine if I have 2 clients. One client both of clients sends a request to cluster. It goes to one by one because we are running in unicast communication.
Goes by one by one, like I'm not getting.
One by one means like you have 2 requests. So it's not simultaneously send 2 requests to the server. It sends one to one, one by one request. If I go for multicast means it takes multiple requests and send multiple requests to the server. Understood? So always use multicast. Okay. Now just simple click on next. Now they allowing you. We have total 65,535 ports. So they're allowing you, they set this NLB to all the ports. I don't want to all the ports. I want only one port because we are using only port number 80 because we have a web server, so HTTP works on port number 80. Okay, so I just click on edit. I want that. Okay, I don't want all ports. I want only 80 to 80. That's it. I want only one port. Okay, and I want to enable this clustering only one port, not all the ports. And we are using TCP UDP both protocols. Means traffic anywhere we can get the traffic. Okay, we can go for resolve the queries. Okay. Now we have a multi-host configuration, of course. Like if I have a multi-host means we have multiple clients and they send the request, so the request should be solved to all the clients. Okay. Now simple click on OK. Now they go for 80 to 80 now. Okay. Now click on simple finish. Now you can see that the cluster is created and my server 2 is adding in this cluster. When it's adding, it turns to green and its side down it's converged. It's turned to green now. Right now it's pending, na? They're showing you pending. When it's add this server in the cluster, it's turned to green. See, it's a green. Now it's showing you converged. Converged means it's all successfully added. Now I want to add my second server also, right? So I just right click to the cluster and we have add host to cluster.
This we are on which server?
This is the server 2, na? We are working on server 2. Okay. Okay. Now I want to add the server 3 also in this.
The server 3, you added already.
I have my cluster is 192.168.1.1 1.10. Okay. In that we have only one server right now, server 2.
Okay.
I need to add server 3 also, no? Okay, in the cluster. Okay, so this is the cluster. My cluster name is 192.168.1.10. I just right click on that, add host to cluster. So over there right now, I give 192.168.1.4 connect. Now it's going to connect. Now it's checking if there is no NLB servers installed, so they give you error over there. Okay, it checks everything. It checks pinging, it checks everything, connectivity or connectivity, pinging, IP address properly configured or not, NLB servers are not installed or not, NLB servers are installed or not. If NLB servers are not installed in my means the server, it means it's not able to connect it. They gives you error. It gives you error that time. Okay. So it takes 1 minute maybe approximately to check the things. I hope my recording is running. Okay. I hope firewall is off. I hope firewall is off. Otherwise,
I don't think it's disabled for now.
I think so. I disabled now already. It's on. Need to switch off the firewall once. Okay. It's off. It's okay. Now you can see that once I firewall off, it's successfully connected. Okay. Now the simple click on next again. We can see that the priority is 2 for this server. Okay. Now it's again started. The state of the server is started. Okay. Now click on next. Now see it takes automatically all the changes. Now this time I'm not able to change anything. Okay. Click on finish. Now you can see that server 3 is adding. It's pending. When it's added, it turns to green and its side converged. You can see that a very cool feature is this, that you have the all, you can see the information is there. If any issues, any error, they're showing you over there also.
So now from the server, from the client, I just type 192.168.1.10.
Yeah. I just check with the server one also, because server one is not a part of cluster.
Okay.
So we just check with server one. Okay. Or you have a client, you can check with the client also. Just open Internet Explorer and write down 192.168.1.10. That's it. Okay. Yeah, it checks now everything that
So
in that case.
but in real world, like in the environment, we have some hardware servers.
Yeah.
That are very powerful. So
Yeah, same thing. Like in your virtual servers or your hardware server, the configuration are same. Yeah, but because its operating system is same, na?
But just over there is a little bit faster than this.
Yeah, exactly. The bandwidth is there. Also, because it's a virtualization, so of course the virtualization, the bandwidth is same. But if you have a physical server, then you can use fiber optic cables. Okay, you can see that it's converged now. Okay, now what I want to do, I go to server one, and now what you need to do, I just log in with the server one, and now I try to access. Go to Internet Explorer. Now let's see where the request goes. Okay. IE are slow. Internet flow is also slow, so that's why it takes time. Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox is fast, na? That's why. Okay, so we need to just go for do not ask this. Ask me later. Okay, now go for okay 192.168. Okay. Dot 1.10. Okay, a simple enter. Yeah.
It has priority one. It has to go to server two.
Yeah. Accordingly, it goes to server 2. But right now there is no traffic, so yes, it's go to server 2. Understood?
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Like this, we have this is what we have NLB in servers. That's enough for the day. I think you're tired. You stand up. That's why I'm asking. Okay, so that is what the criteria today. Okay, so we can do these two things. You need to understand the things clearly. Overview of Active Directory. I give you some overview. Then we can create a domain network. We can create DCs. We can create users. We log in with the we join our client in the domain, and then we log in with the user in the domain. Okay, do practice this once. Okay, and then you have a clustering. I tell you what is clustering and everything, and then how we can install and configure NLB cluster with the help of web servers. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So that's it for the day, I think so. Because if I go for failover, so it's little bit overhead now. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, for today is enough. Okay, so I'll just stop the recording now.